Welcome to the first module of AZ104. Before we get into creating resources, it is really important for us to understand Azure portal and how are we going to govern our day-to-day activities. Hence, I made module 2 as the first module. As I said in the introduction, I'm going to rearrange the topics of AZ104 as per the logical order. So let's try to understand the governance and compliance first, and then we will move on to Azure administration. Subscriptions and accounts. The word subscription is not new for us. We all have Netflix subscription. Similarly, in Azure, in order to have a subscription, we need to have a tenant. But what is this tenant? How can I create a tenant? All you need is an email ID. Let's take my email ID example. Mine is firstname.lastname at gmail.com. So the moment I use this email ID to create Azure subscription, Microsoft converts it into a tenant which looks like first name, last name, gmail.com dot on Microsoft.com. So this is how a tenant looks like. And under one tenant, I can have multiple subscription. If you can see this picture, this is my email ID through which I'm creating a Microsoft account. Under that, I can have multiple subscription. And from one subscription, I cannot see the resources of another subscription. I can migrate. Under account, I can have multiple subscriptions. And under one subscription, I can have multiple resources under resource group. Do you see these dotted lines? These dotted lines are nothing but your resource group. Your resource group is a logical segregation for all of your resources. Microsoft cannot see your resource group. All Microsoft can see is your account as the first step, your subscription as the second step, and all of these resources as the third step. And you get billing on the subscription level, not on the resources level, not on the account level. Of course, Microsoft calculates the billing for all the resources, but the Excel sheet that you get as a part of monthly billing is based on the subscription. Let's quickly have a look at my subscription wherein I can explain how I have one tenant and two subscription. This is my portal, and if you are very new to Azure, this is not how the portal looks like. Well, this is how exactly it looks like, and you can customize the theme accordingly. I'm comfortable with the dock view, hence I changed the view here, and also I need frequently used resources here as my favorites, hence I have enabled the docked view. And if I click on this particular icon here, it clearly says directory plus subscription. Directory is nothing but my tenant. So this is my tenant, and below my tenant, I have two subscription, and one is disabled because I don't have enough money in that, and one is active because I do have credits under this subscription. Similarly, I can have multiple subscription based on department wise, based on workload wise, and based on your organization business criteria. Let's go back to the slides and understand better about subscription. Now, how can I get a subscription? If you need hundreds and thousands of subscription, and if you're an enterprise customer, Microsoft has EA model for you, wherein you can get the subscriptions in bulk and of course with a discount. And if you have few hundreds and few thousands, you can get it from resellers and partners. What is the difference? You have partners, either the CSP cloud solution providers or system integrated partners in your company. They usually report to resellers. Ingram Micro, Reddington, these are some of the companies who are example for resellers. And this is very important for us because we are going to create a free account for our course. As an individual, before even getting to cloud, I would like to have a hands-on experience on Azure portal so that I can take a decision whether I need to move my organization's infrastructure to Azure or not. In that case, Microsoft can give you free credit, which is worth $200 for 30 days and limited resources for 1 year. All you need is one personal email ID to create. My suggestion is please do not use your official email ID to create your account, Azure account. Please use a personal ID or create a specific email ID only for this particular purpose. And if it is taking more than 30 days for you to learn AZ104, create a second email ID, or you can convert this as a pay as you go subscription. These are all the other subscription that I have. The first one, just before few minutes we have seen, is the free subscription. And once the credit is over, you can convert it as a pay as you go subscription, wherein the monthly billing cycle is 30.5 days. And then you have enterprise agreement for hundreds and thousands of licenses and subscriptions. For these two, we need credit card. But what will a student do for credit card? Most of the students don't carry credit cards, right? Because they are not allowed. Before 18 years, they cannot have a credit card. So for this, Microsoft usually gives a 20-digit alphanumeric code, a long code, and students can go to microsoftazurepass.com and get their subscription activated, but it comes with only $100. With this basic understanding of subscription, now please go ahead and create a free trial subscription. Once you have created the subscription, you should be able to see an active subscription in the portal. I can show you where to check. Go to the portal and type in subscription on top. When you click on here, you should see the subscription and it should be active. And when you click on it, you should also tell you how much is the credit which is remaining and how much have you used. If you see my page, it just got refreshed and here is the cost of all the subscription and the resources that I have used under this subscription. Here is the credit remaining for me. I'm based out of India, Bangalore, hence it is showing in rupees. Now, with this understanding, it is really important for us to know the Azure architecture. What is happening every time when I click something, what is happening in the Azure data center? So for this, we are going to repeat the same topic as we have covered in AZ900. So we have multiple racks inside a data center. So these racks are called fault domains and individual servers are called update domains. Multiple racks are in one data center. So let's assume that this is data center 1. I'm also going to draw another data center quickly. And this is data center 2. Multiple data centers are in availability zone. Multiple availability zones are in one region. And multiple regions are in one geography. Now, let me give an example. Now, geography is usually a country, Germany, China, India, United States, and regions are usually cities. Let's take an example. I'm going to take India as an example, and we have South India, Central India, and West India. All three are different cities. For example, South India is in Chennai, and Central India is in Pune, and West India is in Mumbai. And these availability zones are always within one city, either inside the city or outside the city. Now, how does Microsoft take such decisions? When you see the region level, it is always based on seismic zone. At any given point of time, not all the regions will be affected with earthquake. And if you see the availability zones, Microsoft works very closely with the electricity board and takes decision that at any given point of time, all these three availability zones or more than one availability zone will be taken down for maintenance. Hence, all three of them are in different power transformer or power grid. And one data center is nothing but my building 1, and then building 2 is my second data center. Understanding this architecture is really very important. Let's have a quick look at what are all the key points which is important for exam purpose. Fault domain. What is fault domain? What is update domain? What is availability zone? What are regions? There is also one important question. How many availability zones are in one region? As of today, any region can have maximum of 3 availability zone in one region. It doesn't mean that all the regions come with three zones. For example, in your portal, if you choose South India doesn't have any availability zones at all. South India is a region and it is not having any availability zone.